So a group of farmers fight off marauders who steal their food each year. This is basically a Bug's Life in space. With the reports of Boba Fett's triumphant return in Season 2 of The Mandalorian this fall, I thought I'd go back and cover the episodes I haven't reviewed yet. Before we begin, I want to recognize Heroes of the Empire, Matthew Nicholson, Admiral John Crawford, and a brand new Hero of the Empire, Whitney Black, for their generous donations. Thank you for making this channel possible. You are all a credit to the Empire. If you'd like to support what we're doing here, donate to our PayPal today so we can continue to bring you weekly videos. A link is in the description. The adventures of the manly Mandalorian and everyone's favorite little green Mogwai continue as we discuss Sanctuary, Chapter 4 of The Mandalorian, directed by Bryce Dallas Howard, daughter of renowned filmmaker Ron Howard. In a recent interview, she stated as a child, she would sit on her father's lap as he discussed filmmaking with the likes of George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. Their advice on creating memorable and iconic visual moments for the audience was something she took to heart even at a young age. Ironically enough, since I'll always remember her from M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, our story begins in a peaceful little krill farming village on the planet of Sorgan. Scrappy-Doo and his band of ruffians show up like Hopper and his gang to steal all the food. Fun fact, the canine creeps, who look like the Marauders from Battle of Endor or a bunch of bulldog Urukai, are Klatooinians, who first appeared in Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi. But rather than these scurvy dogs, I would have honestly preferred Gamorreans. The visual of a bunch of greedy pigs hogging all the shrimp would have been fun to see. Also, if you're gonna go with an animal-faced Star Wars alien, the Gamorreans are far more iconic than the Klatooinians. Back to the story. Mando and Baby Yoda are looking for somewhere to lay low and meet former Rebel shock trooper Cara Dune, who adds a little spice to the episode. Mando is approached by Tweedledee and Tweedledum, a couple of simpering shrimp farmers who offer him a job defending their village from the doggone marauders. After a little Mando spreading, good old Buckethead meets a pretty young widow and her daughter, who take to Baby Yoda as quickly as the internet did. And while tracking the dog turds through the woods in predator mode, Cara and Mando realize they've really stepped in it this time, when they find an AT-ST footprint. You know, I just realized, with all these trees around, it's no wonder these dog-faced weirdos love this planet so much. Back at the village, our heroes decide, with a little dogged determination of their own, they can train the villagers how to fight to save their home. An A-team training and construction montage ensues, and while some people questioned how the widow knew how to shoot so well, what I want to know is, what the crap is that pan made out of, and why didn't we make stormtrooper armor out of it? Later that night, Mando and Cara pay the gang of pound puppies a visit and beat them like the dogs they are. Naturally, they have a bone to pick with our heroes and chase them back to the village. And here's where the coolest part of the episode takes place. Our dynamic duo are also chased by an AT-ST. And I find it interesting, given Bryce Dallas Howard's role in the Jurassic World franchise, how much she depicts the walker like a T-Rex. The way she has it move, and even the sounds it makes, give off a very predatory and animalistic tone. And it's totally wizard. The battle for Farmville begins as the dogs of war come bounding out of the tree line. They quickly learn they are barking up the wrong tree, as the old pug finally gets to the point that the villagers don't appreciate his gang stealing their shrimp. And while he's one tough puppy, he probably could have done without playing fetch with those sticks. But since all dogs go to heaven, I guess he'll be okay. After the battle is won, Mando and Baby Yoda hit the trail in classic Western fashion, having brought some frontier justice to the planet. In the end, the chapter plays out like a loving homage to Akira Kurosawa's classic, Seven Samurai. Although in this case it's more like The Two Samurai. And while I enjoyed this episode, I would have enjoyed it far more If Mando had put together a team to defend the village, say Quill, IG-11, and Greef Karga, for example. But as it stands, it is still a very exciting and fun chapter. So for its mood and atmosphere, callbacks to the director who inspired George Lucas to create Star Wars in the first place, Bryce Dallas Howard's visual style and superb direction, and wizard use of an ATST. Fittingly enough, given that it is Chapter 4 of The Mandalorian, I give Sanctuary a solid 4 out of 5 Death Stars. The Force is strong with this one. This has been Vader Reviews. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications, and follow me on Twitter, @Vader Reviews. Join the Empire today. You do not yet realize your importance. Share these videos, and together we will rule the internet. And always remember, you don't know the power of the dark side.